Hey, what's going on everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back today with another daily crypto update. As per usual, we're going to be going over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Neo, Vertcoin, Monero, Omisigo, and Lisk. All of those in a more detailed technical analysis in that order on TradingView. In just a second, I'm also going to be talking a little bit about Zcoin. It's having a pretty big breakout today. Other than that, go check out Coinbase if you haven't purchased cryptocurrencies yet. I have a referral link in the description where you can get $10 free when you sign up. And let's get started with the general market update slash what's going on with some of the altcoins. So Bitcoin, still recovering here. Ethereum is actually doing pretty nice, up about 4%. Litecoin as well, a little bit less good than Ethereum. I spotted that Ethereum had a little bit more strength than Litecoin yesterday, and that still seems to be the case today, but Litecoin is, on a path to gaining more strength right now. And overall, the altcoins are doing pretty well. Ethereum Classic here getting a nice bounce today, up around 10%. Lisk about 10% as well. And as you can see, mostly green here in the altcoin market, with a couple that stick out more than others. And like I said, one of those that's sort of an outlier today. Well, Power Ledger is one, and I've gotten some requests to do a price prediction video on this. So let me know if you want me to cover Power Ledger, up about 57% today. That's pretty huge. And otherwise, Zcoin, like I said, up just under 40% in the past 24 hours. So that's a pretty big move, especially considering, where it's ranking and how it's been moving. This is a cryptocurrency that, I was one of the first people, I think, on YouTube to actually give kind of my stamp of approval on. And I mentioned how I like it and how I thought that it was going to move higher, and that's what it seems to be doing. So let's get right into the technical analysis on this one. And as you can see, we broke above the all-time high here of a couple months back. So this is a blue sky breakout, which means that there's no previous resistance levels that are in play here. So the price will move as high as it wants until buyers aren't able to sustain the price anymore. And as it's looking right now, the RSI is just about to break above the 70 line. It hasn't just yet, so it could always reject that. But I would say it's pretty likely here that we do break above the 70 line. And if that happens, we will normally see some more bullishness and probably move a bit higher than here, right? So we put in a high of 24.81. That's going to be the next resistance level to pay attention to, and we'll see how many updates we can get from here. We just moved up on the MACD, so there should still be more room to go here for Zcoin, and I'm definitely pretty bullish on this. Looking right now, it had a nice uptrend and was able to break out really quickly after all the Bitcoin Cash drama, so it's a good sign. And like I said, probably the beginning of it moving higher into the $20 range. Let's get on with our normal schedule now, starting off with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin up slightly today. It's facing a little bit of trouble with the initial trend line here, this first one, and that's the one we want to see it get above, to really get a confirmed uptrend again. So like I said, it may take a little bit of time. We may bounce between these two trend lines right here. Right now, the MACD is trying to flatten off. It may still take a little bit of time. The histogram, though, is pulling back up, and, kind of expect something like here, to be honest. So it does need to, really flatten out before it can flip back over. We did bounce nicely off the RSI, though, so that's always good to see on the $43 area on the RSI, which is a support level now. So we'll just be looking, can the price move above this initial trend line? It may take a couple days, but overall, I think we will be seeing it, within the next week or two probably. So let's move over to Ethereum. Ethereum, like I said, quite a bit of strength here actually, despite the drama that was seen in the past couple days in the altcoin market, and looking really good today. Actually, we are now above the high here just a couple days ago that was at, actually, sorry, we're not yet above it. We're just kind of testing that. There's a little bit of resistance in the $329 area. We did move above that today, though. We made a high of $3.36 today. We did sell back off to $328, but overall, I'm very bullish on Ethereum right now. Let me just zoom in a bit so you can get a better idea of what's going on. And, we broke above the uptrend line on the RSI. That's something that I wanted to see. That's definitely bullish. We're now moving up really nicely and starting an uptrend on the MACD. That's another good sign. We also broke out of the symmetrical triangle on that. And as far as, the price action goes, like I said, just facing a little bit resistance here at 329. And I think this looks pretty powerful right now, this move. I like this candlestick, and I think it'll keep making higher highs and lower lows here for the next couple days until it reaches, I would say, 350, where there it might face a bit of resistance. But we should see that $350 level pretty quickly now. And I think this is pretty much a confirmed move that will bring us slowly but surely at least to $400 now. So I like Ethereum. I like how it's set up. I've been expecting it to move up, and it's been acting as expected, so that's always good to see. Let's jump into Litecoin now. What's been going on with Litecoin? We broke out of the MACD downtrend today, which is a good sign. We're also starting to uptrend really nicely on the MACD. And other than that, broke back above the uptrend line on the RSI. That's good to see as well. And as far as the price action goes, same thing. We're just trying to trend up higher on this uptrend line over here. Not the strongest candlestick today, but we are making a higher low and a higher high. So that's always a good sign. It means that we're uptrending right now. And hopefully, next couple of days we can really get a test of that $67 area, at which point I would think with altcoin strength we would probably be able to break above that. So looking pretty good here as well. A little bit less strong than Ethereum, but definitely recovering compared to a couple days ago. And let's see what's been going on with Ripple now. Ripple actually getting a update today, which is good to see. Now, of course, yesterday it dropped below the uptrend line, so now it's facing a bit of resistance against that. On the indicators, not really telling us much right now, kind of flat. And now we're just going to be looking, can it break above this uptrend line? That would obviously be a bit more bullish and would give it some extra strength to move up more quickly and break above this resistance line, which, to be honest, it's relatively likely that we see that in the next couple days. And it would be a good sign, because otherwise we would be stuck in this consolidation, and then we'd face trouble with this downtrend line. So there would be quite a bit of resistance if we ended up going that route instead. So hopefully it can manage to, go above and hold that uptrend line in the next couple days. Let's move over to NEO now. NEO moving nicely higher, up about 4% today, relatively flat on the MACD still, so not much to say there. Getting a nice little bounce on the RSI. And same thing, higher high, higher low. So, I actually did not make a higher low today. It's facing a little bit of, a higher high. It's facing a little bit of resistance at this Bollinger Band, which is pretty contracted. So it's, creating a pretty tight range for the price. But overall, we're above this middle band right now, the brown line at $27.79. That's going to be some added support, and hopefully we can just see the price, get carried slowly but surely here and break above $34. After that, there won't be that much resistance to, make it into the $40 range, and then hopefully all-time highs could be seen for NEO once it starts getting its breakout, which has been trying to do for a while now. But of course, since there's been some weakness in the market, it wasn't able to get enough strength just yet. Moving over to Zcoin now, actually seeing a bit of a down day, down around 1%. And, still downtrending on the MACD. We're not doing too bad on the histogram, though. RSI pretty flat right now. Now, we are still above the middle band, the brown line, currently at $4.20, so that's still moving higher, which is good to see. I've been calling for Zcoin to consolidate, and it still is. I think it will move into the higher range over here in between these two pink lines. But for now, it still looks like it's going to consolidate a bit. And, yeah, not much to say here. Just expect some more consolidation, I would say, and we'll just want to make sure that it holds above this middle band, right, the brown line. So, yeah, pretty much that's all that's going on with Zcoin for now. It did get a big update yesterday, so that kind of explains why today it may not be seeing as much strength as some of the other cryptocurrencies out there. Going over to Monero now. Monero struggling a bit as well. It has been doing better than most of the altcoins, so that could also, like Zcoin, explain why it hasn't been doing too good today. And yesterday was pretty flat as well. So it looks like it does need to consolidate a bit here, which it's doing perfectly. And, I think it'll be able to hold in the 123 $3 and $137 range over here, this higher range, really the last range before we can test the all-time highs pretty much. So it's still holding that today pretty well. Very flat candlestick once again. We're still moving up on the MACD, histogram tapering off a bit, so definitely something to pay attention to. Could mean that there would be a bit more consolidation than expected. It really depends, and we'll have to wait and see. But RSI is also showing, a similar tapering action. Let's move over to Omisego. And Omisego moving up today. Now, very flat candlestick here as well. Could mean that there might be a little bit more consolidation in play. Facing probably a little bit of resistance here at this upper Bollinger Band. We are in the process of flattening out here, so that could take a second, but it's ultimately a good sign, and we should see it starting to move back up. The Bollinger Bands and the middle band moving back up here pretty shortly. The MACD is still looking really good, moving up on that, and we do have a little bit of a histogram uptrend here. I actually drew that, but in the shorter term, right over here. RSI currently testing the uptrend line over here, and we'll just be looking for a bit more consolidation, probably bouncing above in between this upper trend line, the pink line over here, and this lower one. So kind of bounce around those two, and while this middle band and Bollinger Bands really flatten out and start turning back over. Moving over to our final cryptocurrency of this daily crypto update, Lisk. Lisk getting a really nice day today, actually, which is great to see, up over 8%, moving nicely on the RSI. We're going to face a little bit of resistance at the 68 level based on previous, peaks on the RSI, but the MACD is moving up nicely, histogram as well. And today, facing a bit of resistance at the $6.87 level. So we'll be looking to hopefully break into that range here in the next couple of days. Could happen tomorrow if it has enough strength. Above this $6.84 area and up until $7.63. So that would put it in this upper range right here. It'll probably consolidate there for a bit, but after that, it could make its way to its all-time highs pretty quickly. So it's looking pretty powerful here still. And Bollinger Bands are expanding pretty drastically, middle band coming up strongly as well. So, we could see a relatively powerful move like we did here. And, we currently are experiencing that, but we just had a little bit of a pullback here in the past couple days. So Lisk looking really good, and definitely one that's standing out here in the altcoin market as well. Other than that, everyone, I appreciate you watching this video, and this is the end of the daily crypto update. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.